Yeah! Welcome to Jeef is What's for Dinner, the show formerly known as the Fan-Controlled Show, the official companion show to fan-controlled sports and entertainment, the multi-league empire that is controlled entirely by you, the fans. I'm Jeff 2Ns1T Kanata, and I am joined by maybe one less than my favorite people on the planet. It's Josh McCouga and the Commissioner Ray Austin. We are without Patrick Dees today. But what's up, fellas?
Do you want to hear the Patrick Dees drama today? You guys want to?
I do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I get on a call, like a company call for something going on in a couple weeks, and Dees pops in, and he's like, I just got this call. What's this call about? I was like, Dees, you okay? And everybody else on the call was like, is that Patrick Dees? Like, is that because he's like us. He's chipper, he's ready
gregarious.
to go. Is he gregarious, whatever? He's like, I don't know, something happened on Halloween. I got this thing. I was like, what did you eat? Did you like eat a pumpkin? Or did a witch come and attack your throat? So we were supposed to have Aaron Casillas on here, our head of gaming, who's building the LED court for hoops, who's building the app, who is building all of our new locker room for our NFTs, for the Ballers Collective, who's building the fan-controlled football video game, who's doing all of this stuff, right? He was supposed to come on today. But Dees and he know everything. Like Dees has all the questions to ask him. So Dees was like, we should have Aaron on.
Oh, yeah.
Because I need to ask him the questions. And I was like, okay. So then I text Aaron. I'm like, hey, you're not on the show today. He's like, today? I thought it was tomorrow. And I was like, what is happening? Is there some sort of parallel universe?
Hey, this is what will make us Emmy nominated. Watch.
Yeah. The Emmy voters love disorganization. It's their favorite thing. This may be what's happening to some of our viewers who are typing furiously in chat right now and not understanding why we're not acknowledging them. We are recording one day early. We are completely live to ourselves, to each other, but not to you. Not to you.
It's like an episode of Jeopardy, an episode of Jeopardy.
Jeopardy. Did you ever see that Mr. Show sketch about the pre-recorded call-in show?
Yes.
Oh, it's one of the best ever.
It's so good.
Okay, you're watching the show about what to do with your pet, but you want to be calling in about the show about taxes. This is so funny. And people calling in, yeah, my pet has no. That was recorded last week. It's so funny.
Right.
So funny.
You need to watch Mr. Show because it is one of the most underrated sketch comedy shows of all time. And you would love it.
Mr. Show with Bob and David. It's so funny. It's an old school HBO show, man, in the 90s. That was my favorite thing in the world.
And it's both those guys met at Second City in Chicago.
It's Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, but doing comedy.
Okay.
And
I like Crank Yankers. I'm glad they brought that back.
That's a good show.
It's funny that even works anymore. Like people don't accept calls from people they don't know anymore.
No,
you know?
they don't. No, they don't.
Anywho, all of that is to say we are not live. We have to record a little early this week, but that's not going to stop us from having tons of fun. Hopefully not going to stop you from enjoying it. We will be only a tiny bit less fan controlled because there's no fan interaction, but that's okay because we got lots of fan controlled stuff to talk about, including.
And then when they watch this, it could be like them watching film. They can go back and tell us
really analyze
our positive, negative.
What should have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to encourage that, Ray. I don't know. But hey, if you are somebody that watches us in your own time, whenever you want, instead of streaming live, as we often do on Thursdays at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, you can do so as a podcast on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Look at that.
Boom.
I know 3 of those people. I don't know that 4th one. He's not here.
Guys, I haven't even had my microphone on this whole time. That's how we're not live. Here we go.
That does sound a lot better now. Yeah. We are also on. We were lip syncing, lip reading, amazingly. We are also on YouTube, and you can watch us there. All the previous episodes. Good stuff there. Don't know how we're going to name the show this week because usually fans decide that. Maybe we'll have to come up with.
Go.
Yeah. Who the hell is Derek?
Yeah.
I like it.
First one, high.
So Derek, we had a live episode scheduled on YouTube. And Derek went in there and he decided that he was going to comment, and he was waiting for somebody to comment back, and that never happened. Then we took the live recording down because we weren't going to record live this week. I should say the reason we're not recording live is because Jeff and I will both be traveling. Patrick Dees obviously lost his voice, and Ray is working on his one-man show, but it's not perfected.
Well, it wasn't ready. I was going to come out.
Right?
Nah, it ain't ready yet.
Yeah. And his sciatica is really what's keeping the one-man show.
How are you doing, by the way? How are you feeling?
I'm stretching. I'm going to do some yoga tomorrow. Finally, it was on my feet over the weekend, over the tryouts and stuff. It was crazy, but I'm feeling a little better.
Good. I will say this, Jeff. You know, when you see Ray Austin, right?
Oh yeah, you guys were in Chi-Town together.
Yes, you know that's why I don't really need to be his hype man, because he's one of the most hyped people you'll ever be.
I'm
or
aware of that.
See. Yeah. And so when I do actually get to hype man him in Atlanta or wherever we are the next time, Houston, here, wherever, I will hype him. But Ray, a smaller Ray, a less hype Ray, nursing the sciatica, it was hard to see, man. It was really hard to see. It was. I wanted to get like the big dap up Ray. I wanted Ray to give me one of these, like a solid punch in the gut. But he was ginger out there.
You know,
he was gingery.
I saved up some time because I wanted to, because Don Core and Arthur Ray, Coach Ray lives here in Chicago, and I've been wanting to get with. I haven't got, like, we've been going so hard. I've not had a chance to ever like sit down with Don Core and just have a drink and just talk. And I said, man, I'm going to do it. So we went out to a cigar bar, and all the three of us got a chance to like catch up, and it was great, man. It's what we need. I wanted to do that with everybody. Yeah. But everybody was in and out so fast. I was like, I was
in Chicago for 20 hours, and I didn't even get to hang out with Ray.
I felt like a bad guest. I feel like such a bad. It's so bad. I'm sorry.
Well, I tell you, I've been enjoying the Instagram feed, the Fan Controlled Sports Instagram feed, because it has had a ton of footage from the tryout. Yeah. Bibby's been all over it. It's like nonstop Bibby. All this, it's Bibby everywhere.
Yeah,
it's been awesome to see. A lot of Bibby.
Yeah,
and
you know what I like though with that staff, like, they're intense. I was shockingly surprised how intense they were going to be, and he's put some guys around him, man. It was fun to watch. It's all a little bit new for me on the basketball court stuff, so it couldn't have been ran any sharper. Commissioner Greg Moore, man, how he was talking to the guys and walking around, I just kind of like, slowly drug myself around him too, man, and just hearing like the knowledge and the stuff that he was putting in those guys was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can see right there on the screen for all you podcast listeners. You won't be able to see this, but there's all kinds of basketball stuff. Being there at the tryout, and we can get in more to this because there is something important we want to say first. But listen, I will tell you all about the Chicago weekend, because Ray's injury was the saddest of the least hype of the weekend. But getting a part of the band back together as we hurtled towards a season of hoops and a season of football, it was cool. It was cool to be back. We missed you, Jeff.
Yeah, it was good. Get the hug and dap up the guys. That was cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you said there is some sad news that we need to acknowledge right at the top. Ray, did you want to mention something about somebody that's a member of the Fan Control family?
Yeah, I've always said I never wanted to be a news anchor, because you see how they have to go in and out, and we can be laughing one day and then they're all serious at one time. It's like, I could never do that. But we've been thinking about this it's hit everybody at home. Everybody knows Quavo, one of our team owners of the Glacier Boys. He's in a group with the Migos, with Offset, TakeOff, and I'm pretty sure if you've not heard the news, you've been under a rock. But TakeOff Kirchnick, he ended up getting shot and killed this past weekend. So I live in Chicago. I'm on the south side of Chicago. Me and my wife, we live in a pretty good neighborhood. We don't have to deal with a lot of mess, but it's just sad that you have so many talented people I don't know what's going on in the streets where music has gotten so violent. This guy made this video. It was a remix of 15 songs. And everybody except for Coolio, they didn't have Pac and Biggie in there, but they had Coolio in there. Because Coolio he's a new he passed away this year. I don't know if you guys knew
Coolio
that.
did?
Coolio passed away this
just a
year.
couple months ago or a month ago. Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that.
Out of the blue, just gone. And he made us a track. It was like 15 songs, and he mixed 15 songs. All 15 of the songs were rappers that had passed away this year. Was like
Jesus.
Nobody besides Coolio was over 40. No, nobody was over 35. It was
So tragic
to see it. It was just like, what is going on? That like I'm 48 years old, man. Like, and, you know, these young men have seen so much at young ages, but I think the mindset of everybody has just changed so much, and it's tragic.
Yeah,
we're losing a lot of really great people over just nonsense, and our hearts goes out to Quavo, his family. You know, it was his nephew, so they were very, they were really, really close. So I can only imagine what he's going through. So our hearts goes out to him.
Yeah, man, really tough. I woke up. Amanda was like, Offset died, and I was like, you mean from Migos, like Quavo? And then I, obviously went straight to the company. And it was like,
it is TakeOff too, as well. It's not.
TakeOff. Yeah.
And
yeah.
I used to get them mixed up when I first got him at first, and then I realized the TakeOff had a deeper voice, and so and he was the nephew. But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. It put a dim over the week. Started like, how you wake up. I'm an early riser. And it hit me like at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, Lawrence, it hit me like 7 a.m. And I'm just like, this is how you start your day off. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And so so we deal with it a lot in Chicago, and it's getting out of control, and it's just sad to see.
Yeah. Ray, I will say we had to go to a Walmart to get SIM cards for the camera on Friday night, and our way back there was this shooting. We drove right by it.
So I was going to tell everybody. I was actually all day yesterday trying to give a USB drive. So if you live in a certain amount of blocks in the Chicago area, if you have cameras, you can register your camera to say, yes, if something happens safety wise, like you can see through my cameras on my blocks or whatever. So it was a somewhat of a shooting 2 blocks away, and they thought the cars that came through, the alleys in the back. And so I had to get my deal and go over my cameras to see if I could see the car. And it was just like, it's crazy. Yeah. And it's crazy how and Chicago is such a great city. And I think I told guys, I was like, man, hey, like I sent the email out to everybody. I was like, listen, this is Chicago. Chi-Town don't play. It's the real deal. And be careful out here. We move together, and we all know where we're going. Nobody's by themselves. And it's sad that you got to say that, but that's a lot of the times the problem with a lot of these athletes. They just, we had guys, Matthews, Khalil was from Chicago. And I remember sitting in the we did one of the big man challenges, and he just dabbed me up and said, he was like, thank you. And I was like, thank you for what? He's like, thank you for getting me out of Chicago. And that says a lot. That's a grown man saying that. Like, these opportunities that we're giving guys I'm telling you, it's getting them out of their situation. So
yeah. But just to be clear, in case anybody mistakes it, it didn't happen in Chicago. TakeOff was tragically killed in Houston.
Yeah,
but violence everywhere.
Everywhere, and man, you don't get me started on guns. I'm not a fan of guns, but
no.
But it's a sad thing, and it is connected to us and our league, and we send our condolences to Quavo and his family. It's really sad. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we can move on because the tryout this weekend was awesome.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because you guys were both there, and like I said, I've been living vicariously through Instagram. But man, what did you see as far as talent? I mean, that's really why we were there, right?
So I think Ray and I, and Jeff, you probably would have felt the same way. Obviously, a bit of fish out of water going into a basketball tryout. I haven't been to a basketball tryout since like 8th grade.
Never
for Ray, right? The speed in which professional basketball players play, and a lot of these guys have played overseas, G League. Have made summer league rosters for the NBA, have made practice rosters for the NBA, have made NBA teams. There were some very, very high quality athletes, and there was also a guy who played in college, played a little bit overseas, and is famous on TikTok. I'm going to get him on the show. I don't know who's going to make squads and rosters, right? There were squads. There was a guy named Seth McCoy who was there, Jeff.
Yeah.
He thinks there is not a Guinness World Book of Records out there, but live on TikTok, he made 177 3-pointers.
Yeah, he said that. He said he did that. Yeah. Was it so?
177
in a row.
Yeah,
That's
so that
bonkers.
happened. Okay.
Yeah, what happens at 178 when you brick and you're like,
yeah. So I want to in season get him, whether he's on a team or not, get him to Atlanta at Pullman and see if we can set the world record from
That's
Pullman
wild.
yards.
How do you even?
Yeah.
I wonder how you prove that because video is so hard.
It's
so easy to fake
edit,
now,
right?
you know?
I was gonna say the same thing. You can easily edit it out.
Yeah.
And he said, they were talking about that. There was like the little whisper, right?
Yeah.
Bibby even said, he said, yeah, man, he's got a nice little.
Wow.
He can help.
How long does it even take to shoot 177 3-pointers?
I will say this.
13 minutes, he said.
I was
13 minutes?
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
Wow.
it's interesting because we say the same things in football. The coaches say the same things in football that these guys were saying in basketball.
Yes.
And I was shockingly surprised that I was like, damn, dude had to sit over there and take 50 shots. Like, he had 3-point shot, or 25, excuse me. And it was only 25, and then he had to go over to the other corner, 25, then keep moving around the arc.
Yeah.
And dudes were, after 75, gassed.
Yeah, I bet.
Gassed. And I was just like, and then you could hear Coach Bibby like afterwards, like, you don't come here to get in shape. If you're not in shape, this is your problem. I mean, there was a couple of guys that was dogging. You can hear, you can see it in their face, and then I think it was a wake up call when they got up there with those other athletes. I mean, some dude jumped up and touched the top of the backboard. The top of the backboard, man. And I just saw his face. I was just like, whoa. Like, they had some athletes out there. Man. But there was a couple of guys, some guys came there to get ready, and it was too late.
I mean, I got winded because I had to keep going up and down these steps the whole time. But that's besides the point. I wanted to shoot a thing of like all those guys, and then I come out and see how many shot. Like, I don't care. Like, regardless of how many I get off, if I make 6, it is out of
177.
Out of 177. Yesterday, my brother has a basketball court in his driveway, and my little nephew's obsessed with basketball. He wants to try out for the league, or like comes like, yeah, let's do it, right? Like, let's get a little 10-year-old out there. I shot one shot, and my brother was like, people cry looking at your jump shot. It is the most hideous thing I've ever seen.
Is it so beautiful?
Oh, it's gorgeous. But I will say about the tryout, Jeff, being at court level, which I haven't been courtside. I've been to courtside to 1 NBA game and 2 college games. But you're a little intoxicated, and it's moving relatively fast, and it's like 5-on-5 basketball, and you're kind of like, you're not noticing the pure athleticism that is an NBA game because it's more of a ballet, right? It can be very physical, but these guys are fighting for their basketball future. Right? These guys that are at the tryout want to play in our league. They want to show off. They want to give 110% all the time, right? The speed and the anger and the physicality that is going on. Some guy popped his shoulder out 3 times.
Man.
And he just kept putting it back in and getting back in.
I know he ain't paying today, man. 3. He popped that bad boy. He came off like we was like, oh, and thank God where we were at, they had an orthopedic doctor there. But he was just like, I'm good.
I feel like that's a guy that's not his first rodeo.
You know, he said that too.
That shoulder's come out a few times before.
Yeah, he said that too. He said that too. He was like, "Yeah, it pops out." I'm like, "It pops out."
I think he looked at me at the early part of the trial. He's like, "Hey, you know how to put a shoulder back in?" I was like, "What?" I backed away from him like he had COVID. I was like, "No."
He popped that bad boy back in. I had dislocated my thumb in the Buccaneers game, and I saw my hand, and it freaked me out, right? Because you see, you go, you're like, what happened, and then the next day, my whole hand was.
Oh man,
yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. But
thank you.
Bailey, one of our heads of social media, he and I were watching, and I was like, back in the day, like I could like compete on a basketball court, like in the 8th grade. but seeing the amount that goes into what these guys are doing.
Yeah.
When did
It's
eighth grade?
awesome.
When did eighth grade become back in the day? Like, that's your back in the day. That's
back a few years ago, right?
Like third, fourth grade. I was
back in the day. I used to run a 4.4. That wasn't like I wasn't in eighth grade.
It reminds me of that Adam Sandler movie that came out last year. The one where he's
Scout
the
one.
Scout. Yeah, what's that called? I can't remember what it's called.
Oh,
but,
yeah. I saw that with the basketball guy, right?
Yeah.
So great. Yeah, it's like all real basketball players except and Adam Sandler's. Like the cast is like everybody real and Adam Sandler. And it's great. It's a great movie, but it totally reminds me of that because there's a lot of that, like going to tryouts and like having guys try out, and the emotions are big and the guys are intense because it's not just a game. It's, hey, am I gonna get a job or not? You know, that's a big deal.
How was the acting of the basketball player? Was it good?
Great.
Hustle.
That's what he said. That's
Hustle.
what Sandler said. He said he was absolutely like blown away that the guy came because that was his first acting role. And he said, and he didn't even know how to audition. When he did it,
he's great. They're all. I mean, I was very impressed with that movie. I thought it was really fun.
And I had that like feeling in there is that we're gonna find a diamond in the rough kind of guy. As like word gets out about what this league looks like and how it's going to be played and all that kind of stuff. And then even when games are going on, you're going to get somebody come in and be like, hey, I'm really good at basketball. I want to like show you my skills. And something like that could happen in this league because there is a lot of guys there, and you'll see, we'll release some of the interviews. We shot a ton of content. I mean, my God. I was going
to ask you, Josh, because that was kind of my reason just being there, is just to see the type of personalities that were going to pop up out of there when you were the ones doing all the interviews. So what did you think? Did you see some guys like, you know, how we have our Slicks and our you know, Jamils and whatnots?
I think I felt bad because at the end of the tryout, I had a sheet and I didn't even look anybody in the eye. I was like, can I see these 10 guys? And I was like, this has nothing to do with skill, because I was just looking for personality, and a couple of them were skills, right? Because some of them were clearly on fire. Like some of these guys were just awesome. And then some guys were just really good personalities. So that's obviously what we're trying to find. So I there was a few guys, and I relayed my thoughts to Coach Blake and to Coach Bibby, and you know, Mario West was there, who played with
Mario
Mike
West.
Bibby in
That was
Atlanta.
Coach, man. He was throwing out some diamonds, man. I mean, some of the stuff that he was saying, he took the time to coach the guys, even though there was a tryout. Like, I'm gonna get it to you. Like, I was like, that was kind of cool.
And Ty West, who G League coach and a Team USA coach, was there as well. And I could listen to professional coaches talk all day.
It's the best, man.
Like,
the best.
Just the
guys,
right.
Yeah, Mario was on point. Like, why I just stood there and just listened to him. Like the way he broke it down and made it so simple, and he's visually annoyed, which is great.
Oh yeah,
like that's like a parcel. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you see when he didn't do what you told him to do, which I love
for sure.
So that's going to definitely be like go down to Coach Mario right now.
Well, I put a mic on Coach Bibby and he immediately muted it, and I was like, Coach, that's not how this works.
I don't.
And he kept muting it, and my camera guy's like, he muted it again. I'm like. So then, so by the time I like got it on Mario West, it was like almost too late. So like the next couple tryouts, I'm gonna get a mic for Ty Ellis and a mic for Mario West, and really try to get that on there. But
that's awesome. Yeah,
I will say,
and Coach B and his dad, Coach
Bibby was there. Mike, Coach Bibby's dad, who played for John Wooden, won 3 national titles, coached at USC, played in the NBA, won an NBA title. How about Henry Bibby, his dad, right?
Yep.
Henry Bibby's brother won a World Series. Talk about an athletic friggin' family.
Wow.
I mean,
that's
absurd. Yeah. So, but there, one of the cooler parts of the weekend, like talking to all the coaches and whatever, is I got Coach's number. He's like, yeah, take down my number. If I get lost around Chicago, I'll text you. I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like,
I'm not going to be able to help you.
I'm not the guy, right? So I bought Rosie a pair of Air Jordans. We had this success event at the sneaker store. Bone Crusher was there, and his wife's story was amazing. And there was this little pair of pink MJs, right, Jordans. and I bought them, and I sent Coach Bibby a picture of Rosie and the Jordans, and he texted me back immediately, and I was like, Mike Bibby texted me. I was like, this is awesome. Let's go. And he said, he was like, oh, she'll never forget her first pair of Jordans. I was like, I'm sure she doesn't have memories yet. I'll be honest with you. Like,
I'm sure she's
only
guaranteed to forget her first pair.
yeah.
So-
I'll keep them. But, yeah.
That is what's so damn dope about what we do, man. Is like everybody's a fan. We like, you got
Yeah.
Bone Crusher showing up. We kicking it with him.
Yeah.
You know, when all the guys used to come back to the stadiums. Now, like with basketball, is going to be nuts.
Wow.
But it's just like, man, we've created this platform that like people are people. Like we either like you're part of us. We're a part of you. You're a part of us. You know what I'm saying?
And everybody that like gets in there feels the energy.
They love it. They
love
love it.
Yeah.
All they do is talk about the people around when we're whatever we're doing. They're like, man, I met this guy, I met this person, man. You guys are just. I was like, that's it, man. We trying championship team, bro. You know how to do it.
Jim,
let me ask you
Jim
this
backstage, our producer goes, which Jordans?
It's sneaker talk. That's all.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question, Josh.
Talk to me.
Did anybody communicate to the players like what's going to be so different about this league? And if so, did they have takes on that, responses?
So I got a text while I was there from Lauren, one of our heads of marketing, and she was like, show the players the quick YouTube thing that we shot and then get their reaction. And we have that. It just the reaction video just went up on social media and on YouTube Shorts today. Check us out on YouTube Shorts. But Jim, if you want to play that video of them reacting to it, because it is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Of them looking at this, because we can say LED court.
But
right. But you don't get it. You don't get it.
Right.
Until you see
You
it.
don't get it. Yeah.
But that's what's so cool is that once you see it, you go,
Fan Control Hoops, the hardwood is going to be LED acrylic court.
What are your thoughts on that?
It was crazy. It kind of reminds me of Space Jam 2.
Definitely something new I ain't seen before.
Man, I'm excited. I mean, that's what I came here for. I came here to be a part of something amazing and great.
Hoping there's a 4-point line so I can maybe make some fans happy.
Put me on any court. I'm a basketball player. I'll make it work anyway.
It's literally like you're dropping basketball players into a video game.
That's good. I thought they showed it to him. I was like, wait, they showed him? Oh,
yeah. Well, we showed them on
Did they show them the video?
And I took the phone away.
Okay, all right.
Because I wasn't going to send them the footage of the court, right? I just,
Man,
pulled that.
So good. It's
So, yeah,
it's great. They get it, man.
Reaction. Yeah,
they get it.
Yeah.
They get it, and it's
and
cool.
the guy who said he wished it was a 4-point line, that's Seth McCoy, who is Mr.
3 points.
Yeah, Mr. 3 points.
That's right.
He made 6 in a row, Jeff, wearing Crocs on his hands. Wearing Crocs on his hands,
dude. If he comes in here and that is his game, he will become a superstar, dude.
I agree. I 100%. He will be
just light up the mid court, light up half court.
Every time,
the logo.
every time he comes and hits the court, people are gonna go crazy.
It feels like a weird thing to practice, though. The Crocs thing. Like,
hey Jeff, it's content.
That's time well spent, like working on your Crocs shot. But, okay.
All right. So we also have one more video, Jeff, and I want to show this to you. This guy was not at our tryouts.
Okay.
But if anybody is watching right now, we need to find this gentleman and get him to a tryout because, Jim, this is the video. I believe this is another world record. Okay. I tried.
Oh, man. What?
Have you seen this?
I sent it to you.
That's right. You sent this to me. What? Look how high that dude is.
Dude, I said, man, I literally like
how tall is he?
Watch his head. Look at where his head is.
His head
He just keeps going up. He's not going, he's still going up.
His chest is by the rim, man.
That's nuts, dude.
His like abs hit the rim.
Is he even 6 feet tall?
It doesn't look like it. Look how high he is off the ground.
Holy hell.
Crazy.
My knees think about jumping from like upstairs that high. That's him just landing.
Look, he's
from
still
jumping.
going up like 3 seconds into slow motion.
Incredible.
So wherever this guy
nuts.
is, somebody please find
him
and send him our information, and we need to get him out of trial.
I could watch this. Sometimes I find these looping videos, and I could literally watch it for an hour.
Because I was trying to figure it out. I was just like, let me watch each step that he You see that dude's like his calf go ping.
It looks like a special effect.
It does. He looks like he's hitting a
It's
trampoline.
nuts. That is bonkers, man. Is this the same guy?
Yeah, same guy. We got to get.
What?
All right, now Jeff.
Oh my God! No.
What?
Jeff, I got to be honest with you. I had yeah. I gotta. So they had one of those. I don't know what you call it, the smack-o-meter, right?
Yeah.
The smack-a clap,
The jumpy touch.
the jumpy touch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. And I said to Bailey, and I even think Ray might have. Nobody caught me on camera because I wish they did. I was like, I guarantee you, I cannot even touch that first one. And Bailey was like,
"Oh, you mean the vertical?" No.
yeah, the vertical jump, the slapping the sticks.
Yeah,
the sticks. Right?
I'm like, what is he talking about?
Jeff,
It's the same technology they have on the outside of the doctor's office when they're like, "Hey, this one's occupied."
Yep, whack it in there. Okay, so the whack-a-sticks, Jeff. These were guys just standing and jumping and touching it.
Yeah.
I took a full 3-step run.
Yeah.
And just barely missed it.
Just barely missed the bottom one. Yeah.
Bailey was like, no, you got to do that again. I was like, okay. Dude, I haven't jumped as hard as I can in a long time. Okay, like it's been a long. I jumped as hard as I could, and I landed, and I was like, like I almost like winded myself from jumping.
Well, the thing you gotta be aware of is like the pulling the muscles, extending your body. You know what I mean? That'll happen too.
Jim just texted me. The guy is 5'9".
Oh my
God! He didn't look. That's nuts.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought he was a little taller than that, but damn, that's crazy.
So that's
even
the kind of
is
athletes
that?
we want.
I want to know where is that in the body? Like, is that calves? Is that hamstrings? What is that makes you
know what's funny, man? I always thought that was in the calf because, like,
I think it's the quad.
I would say calf quad maybe, but because the football vertical jump, you're standing. So I was surprised. I was like, when they were doing, I was like, wait, you got to stand there. They were like, no.
Yeah.
They're like, football guy, no, quiet. They're doing something else. But yeah, we stand and do the jump. And I always, all the guys with the little legs, the skinny legs, were the ones who were just jumping out the gym.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's never the guys with the big ass calves, and it's never that. It's like the total opposite. That's quick twitch muscle right there. That's all
it is. There's
nothing else.
Something else,
freakish.
man.
Yeah, freakish.
That is wild.
Well, the tryout. I will say, looking forward to Houston. I think I'm going to Houston. I know we're going to be in LA, and then Atlanta, which apparently is already like 100 guys deep in the sign up.
In
Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
there's a lot of bodies out there that want to play some hoop. And you know the court announcements coming soon. It's really cool.
And that's good that it's in Atlanta because then, I mean, it's not like we would football where we get injuries as much, but to have athletes that we can like be great.
Correct. Deep bench. Yeah.
Deep bench, yeah.
All right, Josh, should we do a little Discord questions?
Yeah, we got some Discord questions. Then we got yelling about sports and stuff. Then we've got trivia, and we only have 20 minutes left. So we
you didn't think we were going to have enough content today. Hey, look at us.
Yeah, I didn't. That's on me. When you get 3 guys together who can talk and one guy whose computer is running out of battery, we can fit as much as we can in 23 minutes. Okay. All right. Here we go. Some Discord questions. Thursday is Freddie Airmail's birthday. Happy birthday, Freddie.
Yay, happy birthday. Happy birthday, dog.
Bang Bang Rogers asks, when will the official FC Hoops rules be released? Well, we have 2 FCH 101s done and a third one being made right now. They will all be released very soon. And then a lot of the rules are still a little up in the air, and that's why it's fan-controlled hoops. We want you guys to decide some of these rules that we as a company and as a group of people can't decide on. We just cannot make a decision, Jeff. There is a rule book that goes around that is basically like if somebody took a book and just wrote it in erasable pen and just threw it in the ocean.
Yep.
And each day it comes back like somebody wrote a new rule in here. It's a shared Google Doc and nobody is paying attention to it.
And every time we can't make a decision, we just blame it on the fans. Like,
yes, come on,
fans vote on that shit. Like
that's the beauty of fan-controlled sports.
So good.
Yeah,
you guys save our asses most of the time. So
We're trying. Do we have a timeline for branding, submissions, votes, prizes? I think that the submission for branding and votes and all that kind of stuff for logos and team names and all that stuff will be sometime in mid-December or first of the year. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Yep,
Ray. Is that the thought?
Yep.
Yeah. So, I get those names ready, get those logos, thoughts. Even if you draw them, and we can maybe graphitize them. That's what it's called.
Graphitize.
You graphitize it.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
submitting
You
this
just put it
year.
into the computer and you go bleep, blop, bloop, graphitize, right?
Boom.
I'm gonna submit this year. I didn't submit. I've never submitted ever. I've never submitted a name or colors or anything. But this year I was like, man, Sora's daughters and them was coming out with dope stuff. And Patrick, so I was like, man, I'm gonna give it to Ashley. Man. Ashley, do that right there.
Nice.
Okay. Boykin for MVP says, "What's the worst video game you've ever played?" Well, I'm not a gamer, and my gaming technology, my gaming knowledge ends around. Not that I don't like video games. I've only played sports games since like 1998. Okay?
Yes.
So if it's not Madden, 2K, NHL, PGA Tour, Tiger Woods, I don't know anything. But I will say, back in the day, my most hated game was Metroid. I hate that game. It's too hard. It's too hard. Nobody can ever beat it. I didn't like it. It was on Nintendo. The original Nintendo.
I'm like you. I'm all about the sports, except for Contra. I did like Contra.
Boom.
Right?
Up,
But
down, down.
I could not stand. My brother played this game all the time. Fucking Legend of Zelda. Oh my gosh! It was like, what is this? This is so stupid.
You hate Legend of Zelda?
Oh man,
That's not gonna go over well with a lot of our audience.
Yes, yeah. I'm with you, Ray.
that noise,
Wasn't a
just
fan.
that stabbing noise, just turned. Oh, it's in my dreams, man. I hated that shit.
Jeff, worst video game you ever played?
I'm trying to find the name of it because now it's escaping me. I've played. I play video games for a living, so yeah. I have played a lot of very, very bad video games in my time. And there's one in particular that was kind of everybody was talking about years ago, and this guy Shane Bentonhouse, who was a big time podcaster at the time, recommended to me, and I played it, and I described it as basically taking a brick and slamming it into my face was the equivalent of playing the game. Now I can't remember the name of it.
You blacked it out.
No, wait. I think I did. Oh, wait, is it called Deadly Premonition? Deadly Premonition. Yeah. I think Deadly Premonition. I think that's what it was called. No, maybe I could be wrong. Yeah,
I will say.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
When the what's it called? Oculus is when the VR system.
I like that stuff, man.
When they become a little less expensive and a little more like, I don't know, doable for me at least, right? Maybe when Rosie's a little bit older, I think I might get back into video games because when I was at Collider, they made me play all those VR games and I was better at them because I could just turn my head and I didn't have to use the controller.
I got my wife got me the one where not the Oculus, but the PlayStation one, but the cord is too short. Yeah. But I had the boxing one. Oh man, the Creed.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
So good. It was it's so good. Such a good workout. Love it. That's going that to me, I think that's where video games should be going more.
Absolutely.
So into like the activity stuff and for sure.
Ray, I'm gonna send you my Quest 1. I have the Oculus Quest 2. I sort of collect VR headsets in a way. It's not healthy. But I have I'll send you my Quest 1. You can play Creed on that. And it doesn't have any cords at all. It doesn't have any cords.
Oh, that's the only thing because I gotta, you know how you don't want to hit anything and you kind of moving around a little bit, and the cord just kind of pops out, and you're like, well, I gotta start.
Ray's an aggressive guy. Yeah,
I love that game. That Creed game
it's really good.
Creed is super fun.
There's a lot of really great fitness stuff in VR. The only problem is that for me, I sweat so much that I sweat all on the goggles. It's bad.
Yeah.
But they come out. They make replaceable face guards and stuff.
And Oculus has the only good football one that I've seen. They've got a football one where you're the quarterback and that you can kind of like you've got like 3 or 4 receivers or whatever, and you can kind of throw the ball, and it's only offense. But I've seen it on Oculus. I can't remember what the name of it is.
VR Sports Challenge.
I think that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is.
So good, dude. It has basketball, football, hockey, and baseball.
That's it.
And all of them are. I mean, they're very just like short little mini games. But dude, the basketball one, it like. you can catch a pass and then dunk, and you'll like start going through the air in slow motion, and you can look down and see how that you're way up. It's like that guy in that video we just saw. That's the closest I'll ever get to that is in VR.
I love really VR stuff. But I was gonna ask you, why do you said you play games for a living, right?
Yeah.
I know Dees does too. But what is your are you playing to win it, or are you playing it to
No, I do. I have a video game podcast that I've done for years, and so I review games and talk about games, and so that's how I play games for fun and to completion. But,
can you though? So you can play now. I mean, even though that's your job, you can play for fun.
Yeah, I still have fun with it. I think if you lose the fun, then you might as well not even be talking about them, because what's the point? If movie critics, anybody that talks about something that should be entertainment for people and can't enjoy it, and get out the game. It's not.
That's what all my buddies that we did that together. And thank you. I was playing a game called "Can My Computer Last the Whole Show?" And turns out, it cannot.
You lost that game.
So they all were like, "I hate going to screenings anymore." I'm like, guys.
Yeah.
Then why are we doing this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love movies. I don't care if they're bad. I won't go to horror movies, but you know what I mean? Like, we got in this to talk and laugh and giggle about movies, not to be Robert and Eeple. You know what I mean?
Robert and Eeple. There's your show title, everybody.
Is that the show title we got?
Robert and Eeple.
Ebert.
Robert and Eeple. I just saw.
I used to love those guys too.
They're great.
Yeah, they were great. I just saw a movie the other night. The Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay.
It's a great movie.
Okay.
Y'all
it's a great movie.
All kinds of stuff.
It's literally it's Colin Farrell and Domhnall Gleeson, or Domhnall's dad, the older Gleeson. Huh?
Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson, yeah. And they're on this tiny island in Ireland, and Brendan just decides that he doesn't want to be Colin's friend anymore, and it just throws the whole thing into chaos. It's literally the entire movie is about one guy going, "I don't want to be your friend," and the other guy not being able to process why. Why not? He's like, "I just don't want to be your friend anymore." It's so funny and so crazy and fun, and they're all doing it in thick Irish brogues.
I love that stuff. I love that kind of stuff.
It's
what if your best friend didn't want to be your best friend anymore?
Oh, that
there's 6 people who live on this island, so he has nobody else. The one guy he hangs out with, the beginning of the movie, he goes to his house and knocks on his door, which he does every day at 2:00, and says, "Let's go down to the pub and have a beer." He's like, "I'm not going with you." He's like, "Why not? I don't want to ever hang out with you again." And he's like, he just can't he can't process why. Why would you? What? There's 6 people on this island. What is it is so funny. Anyway, it's a good movie.
Okay. It's sort of like a Guy Ritchie, but like a Guy Ritchie comedy-ish, like those.
No, it's much darker than that. It's
okay.
It's very quirky and weird, but I thought it was great.
Okay. All right, so we have 2 more questions, but I want to save them till next week because I think they're pretty good.
All right.
So we'll save those till next week because now I want to get into yelling about sports and stuff, and then I wrote out some trivia stuff, and I really want to get to it because it's very timely.
All right.
Come on.
Let's do it.
All right.
We can do that first if you want.
No. Let's yell about some sports and stuff. We'll make it real quick.
Yell about sports and stuff. Let's yell about sports and stuff. Let's yell.
Woo! Okay. So first up, Jim, put those hideous logos across this screen. Okay. Show the new XFL logos. Okay.
We're gonna drag on the other upstart league.
Yep.
I know, but those are man.
Oh, they are weak, aren't they?
Okay. So first of all, I had to look up what a Brahmas was. That's a bull.
Yeah.
It's like a Spanish bull.
Yeah.
The Arlington Renegade.
Call himself the Brahma Bull.
Oh, is that what he called himself?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. The Vegas Vipers kind of looks like a really crappy car brand.
It does look like a car. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, they all kind of look like cars.
They really do. The Battle Hawks, they look like a car.
Yeah. The Sea Dragons kind of looks like a car, or like a Sea Dragon kind of looks like should be on my lapel.
Like you're part of a Sea Dragon club.
Yeah.
You're a small group of people that believe in sea dragons in Seattle, and you meet every Wednesday near the Space Needle and talk about the sea dragons.
The Roughnecks look like a labor union.
Wow, could the Defenders be any more boring? Look at the Defenders. It's barely anything.
Is it Dallas? Is Dallas the Defenders?
It doesn't say. All the other ones say.
Yeah, because if it's Dallas, it makes sense. It's a star in the middle of the state. right?
I guess, yeah.
But then you're just ripping off another team with a star,
Wow.
Cowboys. But I will say, what went around our Slack, Jeffrey, and Ray probably knows this, is everybody was up in arms thinking that the Guardians really stole a little bit of a Glacier Boy type.
Does look a bit like a Glacier Boy
Well,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. Again, XFL,
Yeah.
8 teams.
Not great. Not great.
I think that Battlehawks one they've used for like 95 different logos, including like any time that there's a sword and a eagle in a movie, it's like put that on the brass helmet. Like,
I gotta
that was
say
cool.
though, in their defense, Battlehawk is pretty cool.
It's a cool name. It's a cool name.
Battlehawk, that's cool.
But weren't these some of the old
Yeah,
XFL
well,
teams?
I thought the Renegades and Vipers were, but maybe I'm wrong.
Definitely, right?
I don't remember. That's just I
remember
literally
the
watched some XFL games and I have no memory of any of the names of the teams.
Tell you, the only thing I remember, like everybody
He hate
remembers,
me.
is He Hate Me. That's it. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
He Hate Me had better branding than the league.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, he was in. That's when I played there. When he was there, and that was the most brilliant thing. I remember when they were telling us to do that. Jim McMahon or whatever his name was got up there in front of the whole Vince McMahon, and he was like, "I want you guys to do this. You're gonna bring yourselves to do it." And back then, you were just like, "Man, this is stupid. This is the dumbest thing."
All right, our producer Jim, hold on real quick, said that the Sea Dragons look like a Trogdor.
Trogdor, the Burninator. That's an old reference. That means our producer is old like me. There's Trogdor.
Oh, okay.
Burninating up the town. Burninating all the people. It's from Strong
I don't know
Bad.
this one.
Yeah.
Oh, is it from Strong Bad? Strong Bad?
Yep.
Oh man.
Strong Bad.
Ray,
That's
sorry,
Strong Bad's
I cut up your
character.
story.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon.
No. This is when. I mean, I honestly say if Vince would have hung on to that the first time, there wouldn't be a 2 and 3. It'd have lasted. I really did think it would have lasted. I think he was way beyond his time. He just didn't. He just wasn't. He wasn't truly invested into it.
Yeah.
And when his ego got a little smashed when the ratings weren't, but he was making people think it was going to be something else, right?
Right.
And that's where he screwed up. Everybody was thinking the guys were going to be drop kicking guys and tackles, and like seriously, that's what we were thinking. And then when they got there, it was like, oh, this is just football. If they would have just said that, I think it would have went over a lot better. Yeah. But then when He Hate Me came up with that, man. That was the most brilliant thing in football history. That was a Ocho Cinco move right there, a Meta World Peace move right there. I thought it was brilliant.
Agreed. All right, let's do one more yell, and then we can get to some trivia. All right, the Snyders finally, it seems like, are putting the Washington Commanders up for sale with Bank of America. Okay,
amazing.
Is it too late for people to really care about the Washington Commanders?
No, it's like that's like you driving by and you say, "Oh, they finally selling that strip club." Like, that's how you like. It's a piece of. It is the trashiest place to have been for what 10, 15 years of what was going on in that place, man. It's the stories and amount of just disrespect coming out of that league, man. Who cares, man? Move on.
Apparently, I saw RG3 is giving. He wants to buy a minority stake in the Commanders, and he wants to have 10 fans work with him in a minority ownership stake. And they don't have to pay anything. They just have to like apply, and he's going to choose 10 fans. I don't know what that means, Ray. I don't know what that means, but it's RG3, and he's doing a pretty good job in the booth. I'll be honest. I think he's really entertaining in the booth.
We should buy the Commanders and make it a fan control team.
Oh, that'd be amazing. It's literally just an ad for the other league.
Yes.
That's the best ad of all.
Like, we don't have coaches just send it in.
That's it. I'm telling you. We could buy we could probably crowdfund enough money to buy a
bill.
I think so.
What crowdfund a bill. I think this is a huge a huge plus. This is massively good news. It's an NFL team. People love the NFL. There's only 32 of them.
Yeah.
It's going to be, it's been dragged down by all accounts. I don't know the man, but every account, he just seems like a real POS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So get some good ownership in there. It could be a great turnaround for that team. And, people in Washington, it's a town with great fans. They dress up like pig ladies. I don't know why.
Nobody
do it. So yeah, I think this could be nothing but positive. I
mean, listen to the world where the world is going, where an NBA and an NFL team is up for sale. When has that ever happened?
Yeah.
But both teams are both douchebag, owners. So that's another thing, though. But just think about it. That's the first time ever. It's been two teams. These are $1 billion organizations, man. That's crazy.
I feel like Homer Simpson. It's like, oh, the Washington Commanders. Like,
yeah.
And I'm dogging my best bud, Mark Ellis.
Yeah. He's a big Commanders fan.
He's a big
Wasn't
Commanders
it the Broncos
guy.
in that?
It was the Broncos.
Oh, the Broncos.
The Denver Broncos. Hank, what was his name? Hank Scorpio?
Yeah.
Hank Scorpio. That was good.
Dude, how much money is those guys making?
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some quick trivia. We've got about 5 minutes left here before we let all you guys amazing people go. Again, this was a pre-tape. Jeff Canada, Ray Austin, Patrick Dees lost his voice. He's on it. Next week, hopefully, we'll get Aaron Casillas on to talk about what the court's going to look like and possibly a first look at the court. We got to clear some things with marketing. Because he's going to be in Atlanta at the test.
You know what? You know what you need to make Aaron wear, right?
The Lucador mask.
Has to.
Yeah.
Has to. He cannot do. We cannot let you guys see Aaron Casillas.
No. He has
to be in uniform. 100%. I
like it. Yeah, I like it.
All right. Okay. So there's 3 categories, but we only have 5 minutes. So we're just going to do the final category because it goes along with the XFL stuff. Okay.
All right.
So a video was released this week that was a clear spoof of the rules that are going to be in the XFL. Okay. And it was done by Barstool. It was very, very funny. I have 10 rules here, and you guys have to guess if you think I like these rules or I don't. I made them up. Some of them I think
you made up rules you don't like?
Yeah, I might have.
Okay.
It's how this game works, Jeff. It's how this works.
Here we go.
Okay. Okay.
Did you like them or do you not like them?
Do I not like them? All right, Jeff.
Yeah.
Start with Jeff.
All
The
right.
Rock has to play 1 down per game per quarter.
I like that, but I don't know if I feel like you're not a fan of The Rock, so I'm going to say you don't like that.
You don't think I like The Rock?
I don't know. You often zag when I think you're going to zig.
Jeff, he is an American treasure.
Thank you.
From Hawaii. Okay?
I agree. You can't not like
Yes.
The Rock.
Listen, the only way the XFL is going to succeed is to put The Rock in pads. Okay?
He played at the University of Miami.
He did.
Yeah.
Yes. Ray?
No. That man's not getting back out there. Number 1. Number 2, he doesn't have the time. Number 3, The Rock is. Hey, look, the commissioner of FCF. That guy has. When you say more than the athlete, that the guy freaking defines that in every aspect. So I'm a fan too. So yeah,
Okay. Well, I want him to do it. So both of you are incorrect. Okay.
It will never happen.
Here we go. The movie The Rock, starring Nicolas Cage, has to be played at halftime of every game.
I mean,
doesn't have to be the whole movie.
You definitely like that idea. I think that's the reason. That's the only way Josh is going to go to an XFL game.
Right.
Ray?
I think you like the idea because there's enough sound bites that you could use. Yeah.
You're right. Let's go play The Rock. Come on. I mean, we could play a bunch of movies with The Rock in it, but come on, it's The Rock. All right, here we go, Jeff.
Yeah.
The announcers must mention the movie Hobbs and Shaw at least 3 times a game.
I mean, do you like this? Yes, you like this.
Do I like it? Okay. All right. Ray, do I like it?
I think you like it.
No, I don't. We already have The Rock in there. Hobbs and Shaw, leave that franchise alone. It doesn't have to be mentioned. Okay. All right.
Ridiculous.
You're right.
This whole endeavor is out of order.
Okay. 4. The Rock's mom is the PA announcer, not the broadcast, the PA. Do I like this rule?
It feels like the only thing you know about the XFL is The Rock is involved.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Well, what else do I need to know?
Ray, do you want to go first?
No, I don't. Think, I don't think he wants that. He doesn't want.
Yeah,
that.
I don't think he wants that either.
Come on, guys. It's The Rock's mom. She's got to be awesome. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the stadium. I'm The Rock's mom. Mom, The Rock Johnson. Okay. All right. Jeff, Ray, every player must wear a fanny pack, like The Rock's infamous photo with the fanny pack.
I like that. Yeah.
I don't think you like that. I don't think
do.
you're gonna...
Come on, it's football players and fanny packs. It's genius.
That's definitely a Josher.
Think of the branding, Jeff. Think of the branding. Okay. All right. The Rock's famous eyebrow thing
Yeah.
are on every helmet.
Oh, I definitely think you like that. It's just
I was gonna say they could be the things on the helmet when they do something right?
Oh, they just get eyebrows?
I was gonna say it should be the foam finger, like the people would put their, put it up to their face and it'd be the eyeball.
That's good too. It's like that thing in college where they get the stickers every time they get
Yes.
it's like just a bunch of eyebrows all over.
Everybody in the stands would just put up their eyebrows.
All right, next rule. Here we go.
A lot of good branding ideas, Josh.
Yeah, thank you. The players have to smell a pot after they score that The Rock is cooking, and if they get it right, it's an extra point.
No one likes this idea. It's a terrible idea.
Right?
He's from Hawaii. He could cook, so yeah, I would say yes.
Come on, it smell what The Rock is cooking, Jeff. It's a big pot, and he's cooking it.
It's a good branding, right? This is all branding, bro.
It's all branding.
Every time, soup. It's soup. Every time.
It could be chili. It could be a stew. We don't know.
All right.
Okay. Next rule. There are rocks all over the field they have to avoid. Like big
That
boulders.
feels like a player safety issue. I don't think you like
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one.
Yeah.
No. Ray saw me from that. It's a player safety. Okay. Finally, the end zones must be equipped with wrestling rings with actual wrestlers that get to jump at players anytime they're near the goal line. That's like your extra defender is a wrestler, like from the top ropes, jumps at the player. Trying to get them the end zone.
See, this is a great idea, but I know that Josh does not like wrestling. So I'm going to say that you do not like this idea because it adds wrestling and you don't care for the exquisite art of wrestling.
Ray?
I would have to agree. You're on to something though. If the sidelines had those ropes and the guy was running and he was able to hit the sideline and bounce off that bit. That'd be kind of dope, right?
That would be pretty rad.
Oh, that's way better than my stupid idea.
I could do that, but I don't think guys jumping out of I don't think that's
Yeah, not a fan, but I am a fan of the whole sidelines being ropes. There's no out of bounds, just
just jump back in the game. What?
That'd be sick. All right, there are your XFL rules brought to you by Josh McCouga and Fan Controlled Sports.
I think that, in fact, you should. There's no pass interference if you hit the ropes first. You bounce off the ropes and into the receiver.
Oh, good call. Yeah, Jeff. See, now we're talking. Like this is genius level football stuff here.
Yeah,
Brandon. This is what XFL should have done the first time, and then we could have had fan controlled XFL.
The thing that was funny was that what was it, the brawl? I thought it was like the Royal Rumble.
I know, the Royal Rumble.
Like, that kind of got me nervous. I was like, I hit the guys like, yo, that's kind of hype right there, like a Royal Rumble.
The video got released, Jeff, and they were like, the other rule is at the halftime of their Super Bowl, whatever they were calling it, like the Extreme Championship or something, there'll be a 30-person Royal Rumble, the winner of which gets a cameo in Black Adam 2.
That's pretty good. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what a show. So the show title next week will be Ropert and Eeple?
Ropert and Eeple.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Jim, I'm just going to type that in here. How do you guys think we should spell it? R-O-P-E-R-T?
Robert.
Ropert and Eeple, E-E-P-E-L?
I was thinking E-P-P-L-E.
That'd be Epple.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Eeple.
Eeple. Yeah, E-E-P-L-E. Okay, Eeple.
Isn't Jeef's favorite movie critic Eeple?
Jeef loves Eeple.
Jeef does love Eeple. Yeah, big Eeple guy.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Sorry we weren't live this week, but we'll be back live next week. And you can participate and control us as fans. In the meantime, check out all the places that you can see more content. We talked a lot about the Instagram feed. It's awesome. You get to see Mike Bibby giving that speech. We even referenced that exact speech where he was talking about the guys, get better conditioning. It's on Instagram. You can see it. You can obviously subscribe to us as a podcast or on YouTube. We love that. Thank you.
And you can, real quick, also too, every Tuesday live, the Info Arcade with Jaden Standing.
That's right.
And every Wednesday live, Don't Cause a Ruckus with Jose Ruckus and AJ Ka. 2 live shows right here, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, across all of our video channels, social medias, any of that kind of stuff. Check them out. They do a great job. Really good job.
And with that, we bid you adieu. Until next time, power to the fans.
Power to the fans.